Hello, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel for the first time. I'm so excited to be making this video. If you have been following me, you know my last video was a while ago because my computer died. So I've recently gotten a new one for Christmas, thanks Mom and Dad. But because of that, I'm able to make videos again. With that being said, I have an update on the house that we're renovating. We've been renovating this house for quite a while now. We've been renovating at least since July, but we weren't sure which direction we wanted to go in, so we were doing kind of like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. In about November, we decided fully on committing to the living room and just kind of getting it livable to where we're gonna move in and then be able to slowly do everything else after that. So that's where we are right now in the living room with our brand new lights. Isn't it phenomenal? Such good lighting. So with that being said, I do want to show you what we've done so far because we're adding insulation right now. So we've missed a few steps from that demo up until the framing, taking doors out, putting wiring in, and I've tried to collect as many clips as I can, but it has been a little stressful. So I'm gonna do a little recap on what we've done so far.
Something's different, but deep inside you know we're still the same. We're lonely, broken. We're lonely and broken. We're lonely, broken. We're lonely and broken. We're lonely, broken. We're lonely and broken.
It'll help you. You ready for this evening home?
That was a phenomenal recap, was it not? I mean, come on. So as you can see, right now I'm installing our insulation into the entire room. I haven't done a pan yet, but I'm installing the insulation because it is 12 degrees in Northwest Ohio today, and it's been a little chilly, but honestly, the house is so much warmer just because I did half of this last night. So I'm gonna finish that today, and then hopefully this weekend I can start drywall, and hopefully my fiance can finish the electrical. We'll see. You know, a project that was supposed to be like a month turned into 2.5 months already. So I'm gonna finish with this and then we'll see where this takes us. Also, I don't want any trolls in the comments saying that I'm not doing this correctly, because unless you'd like to come over and give me free manual labor, don't want to hear it. Thanks. It's another day. I'm wearing the same shirt as always. Today the insulation is all done. Minus, there's a section over there. Let's not pay attention to it. However, I already have the vapor barrier up on one wall as well as one sheet of drywall because I had my fiance kind of just like go over it again with me to make sure that, you know, it's stuck. So now I'm doing the vapor barrier on the wall that you're sitting on currently. And then I can get ahead working towards drywall. So I've already measured out all of the spots on the drywall, the window hole, and then the outlet hole. So right now I'm gonna cut the outlet and then I'm gonna cut the window hole. So it's been about 3 or 4 days since the last time I filmed anything, which was me attempting to put up my first piece of drywall. So I have all of the drywall up now except a couple like small pieces, but I don't feel like doing it. So I've just scraped the ceiling except for like the center part where I can't reach because of our table and our drywall. But yeah, so the drywall's out. The ceiling's mostly scraped, and tonight my fiance and I are gonna start mudding the drywall. So basically once we get the mudding done and then finishing up the last pieces of drywall, we can move into the floors. But we're first gonna paint everything before we do the floors because I don't wanna get them like messed up since they're my new floors. But yeah, we're so close to being done that I'm just like itching. I'm just like, let's go. So luckily I had the day off work today, so I was able to kind of get everything done that I needed to get done. And now I'm gonna finish off doing drywall. It's not that exciting, but I'm gonna sweep up all of like the ceiling that I scraped, and then I'm gonna patch up the drywall.
But deep inside, you know we're still the same. We're lonely, broken. We're lonely and broken. We're lonely, broken. We're lonely and broken. We're lonely, broken. We're lonely and broken.
As you can see, I skipped a few steps. Didn't record any of the mudding that I've been doing for the last couple days because it was treacherous. I also didn't record the rest of the drywall being put up because it literally took me like the entire week last week after work to like work a little bit at it each night. But I have done the mudding. So today I just have to like scrape off the big chunks and then go smooth it with the sponge. The echo right now, crazy with these walls up. Crazy, but we're so close. We're like hoping to start flooring by this weekend. So like do painting this week and then have ready to do flooring. Once the flooring's in, It's moving, baby. It's moving. I'm literally so excited. We've only been working on this actual room since like November. So that's like 2.5, almost 3 months. Almost 3 months. So I'm very excited. Anyway, I guess let's get to it. I'll show you some things that I've done. I've already mentioned the mud, but I did want to mention this light fixture. So my fiance made this light fixture a couple of years ago, and it's like an old telephone pole with, these are going to be Edison lights, but we were testing it yesterday because he wired it. These are temporary, these red strings. We're going to do like a black, like chain almost, to go with the black lighting, and it's gonna be like so close to the ceiling. So like these are 2 holes that we need to fill in today, but like you can see the little eyelet right there. It's gonna be like so close to the ceiling, so that way it's like boom, boom, boom. And then like I said, I've done all of the drywall. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. The corners actually kick my ass, so I'm so happy that those are like turning out. But we'll do patching. We have drywall in there, patching. It's just gonna, oh, that's where our ceiling fan's gonna be. I also scraped the ceilings. Oh, I didn't record this, but I still have to do the center here. You can kind of see an outline, which is directly above the table, so like I couldn't access it. Same with the drywall. But I scraped the ceiling so that way it's kind of like knocked down instead of like a popcorn, just because I don't mind popcorn ceilings, but you can tell the discoloration. Even over here, I did scrape it, and you still have tons of smoke stains from cigarettes. So even though I scraped it, it still looks like that. And then you can see the clear distinction of where I have not scraped yet. But we're going over it with Kills, but that gives it kind of like a better chance at being white once more. And the funny thing is so like this used to be a closet. If you watched my last video, you'd know that. Like you would see what it looked like with the closet, but this was all outside of the closet. So you could see how the smoke still affected the closet, but since the door was closed most of the time, like the discoloration is just different. Like it's still there, but it's just, this has had more. And then because the opening is over there, like that part of the wall is worse. So I just think that's kind of funny. But right now I'm gonna get to scraping and sponging. So you're probably wondering, Cheyenne, why did you force it? You clearly forced it. Because when I trimmed them, I didn't think about how the junction box is still in there. So I did like a template of what the hole was, but not the junction box. And the junction box is like slightly smaller than the hole. So it fit, it just needed to be like coerced, you know? And also since we're adding like, since I'm adding like a little bit of texture back to it, if it's out by like, I don't know, like a millimeter, like if it's not flush with the ceiling, it's fine because I'm gonna texture it. You're never even gonna see it, so no worries. I have completely primed the walls, except like a couple spots where I had to redo some of the drywall mud. As you can see, I'm starting to paint the ceiling. I cut the room already, and the lights. I did 2 coats of that. We're using Kills because of the ceiling. So we started with this gold one that's supposed to be like high, all that stuff. Well, I could tell when I was cutting the room that like it just wasn't cutting it, and as you can see, like the ceilings are pretty bad. like pretty bad. So we're moving on to this one, which is supposed to be for, I don't know, like it's supposed to be more high and it's supposed to be for like nicotine and stuff like that. So painting the ceiling, I already know that what I've done over here, I'm gonna have to go over again because it does dry pretty quickly, but you can kind of see like there is still discoloration right there. Like the spots that look kind of gray are just like the ceiling discoloration. So a second coat won't kill it, but let me tell you, I'm already like, I'm not that far and it's already like killing me. I'm not even halfway done, but I'll do it. It'll get there. And then hopefully I can also paint the walls tonight. We'll see, because it's a lot of room. But at least to do like the first layer of our blue. So excited. Unfortunately, I will say I'm the worst at recording like while I'm doing stuff, just because I get in such a groove and I have to move around in this room so much. So I have the majority of the ceiling done. I was correct, we didn't have enough kills, so we used like 3 gallons, and this room is about 560 square feet in total, and one can is supposed to hit like 300 to 500 square feet, I think, and it's just like the ceiling. So I don't know if our ceiling was just super dry, so it absorbed everything, but we have about that big of a mark left that we need to do for the ceiling. But I did just cut the room, and the color that we chose is this one right here. It is showing up a little bit more green in the video. It is more of like a blue. It kind of looks like a powder blue in the swatch, but I even think that like the swatch on the can is very different. So the swatch on the can looks like this. So like, do you see the color difference? Like this is like the blue. It's kind of like a lighter blue. And then that is what's currently on the walls. And it is still drying, but I know my fiance didn't want it to be too dark. I kind of like this color if it did stay, but I know it always dries a little bit lighter. So this is what it'll end up looking like. I just cut everything, but it's like 2 a.m. on a Friday. Like I've already been to work today, did the ceiling, cut the entire room, top, bottom, and the extremities. So I'm exhausted and I am ready to go to bed. And then I'll be back tomorrow to actually finish painting the walls. Okay, y'all, we're done. I have, like, obviously it's not done, but the floor is done. We just have like one sliver left over here, and it's because we have to like cut it in half. But like the walls are painted, the ceiling's painted, Edison bulbs are in. It's not attached appropriately and the ceiling fan's not in, but we're about to get a winter storm and we need to get our furniture in this room before that winter storm comes, or else we're not gonna be able to move in for the next like 3 or 4 days. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this one up. And if you're interested to see how we like style the room, how we live in the room, stay tuned for the next one because it's gonna be a whirlwind.